What's up, Escape Stripes Custom Audio Reimagined, and I've got a repeat truck in the shop getting some warranty work done. Now you may remember this big old red truck I just did probably about a month ago. Did the Sony radio and everything in it. You may also remember that the Axis interface did not work. Steering wheel controls, nothing was working correctly. It kept locking up on him, all kinds of issues. And on top of it, the USB port on the Sony radio was no good. So I sent in the radio, got him a new Sony radio, and I just gave up on the Axis piece and decided to go with a pack piece. And that would be the PAC RP4 FD11. So this shouldn't give me any problems. I've run into problems with Axis, and I just made a video where I had the Lexus that was just in here for the new headlights. The Axis interface didn't work in that either, so I just decided to scrap it. And unfortunately, what that means is I pay out of pocket for this unit. The fact that I choose to go to a different brand because I've kind of lost faith in the Axis interfaces isn't the customer's fault. So therefore, the customer doesn't have to pay for it. So for me to switch to the PAC, obviously Axis isn't going to pay me to use another product, so I had to pay out of pocket. So I paid out of pocket like $190 or $200 for the interface. I guess it's just the price of doing business. I don't know. It sucks. I hate losing money like that, but I don't want to go through another headache because something's not working right. And then on top of it, you know, having it back in here, doing warranty, I'm not getting paid. So you lose half a day of labor. I lose money on the part because I'd rather have a happy customer and less money in my pocket than money in my pocket and an unhappy customer, because an unhappy customer will cost you more money than you will ever imagine. That's something a lot of shop owners don't understand. Along with that, I got him a new Sony XAV AX3200. The last one was giving us issues. The USB port just did not function properly. So went ahead and sent in the old one. They sent back this, and hopefully everything is good to go. So I've already taken the dash apart, so let's see where I'm at. I kind of forgot to film this, so I went ahead and pulled the dash and everything back out. So that's out, the factory radio's out. I've got the new radio in the kit. I've got the interface all wired up, ready to go. In there, I should have a backup camera wire that I need to hook up because I ran a backup camera in here, I believe, as well. And it works perfectly. It's literally took me 10 minutes from when I just showed the video with everything apart. And that's how it should be. And I hate to harp on it, and I hate to product bash, but it is ridiculous that every time I use an Axis interface, I lose an entire day because of all the troubleshooting I have to do because something never works. This pack piece, wired it, plug it in, everything works. Steering wheel controls, look, they work. The hang up button doesn't do anything, but before, remember, it was activating his sync, it was blacking the radio out, it was locking things up. Well, it's not supposed to work, so it doesn't work. If you want it to work, you have to hardwire, but you see the Axis piece, it should have just ignored it, but it didn't. And the pack piece, no problem. If I hit the voice button, it won't lock it up like the last piece or the Axis piece did. It just attenuates the radio. Like, it's amazing the difference when you have a product that works, because an install for a radio, really, it's like 3 to 4 hours. It shouldn't take you all day. It's a half-day job, if that. But I've gotten into such a routine of quoting a whole day because I constantly run into issues. And the issues are only if the interface doesn't work. And I never have issues with a PAC interface, and I never have issues with an iDataLink Maestro interface. Axis, which I have constant issues with, and like I said, it's Metra. I use their kits, I use a lot of their stuff. It's just something is wrong with the Axis line. I don't know if it's their their R&D or their engineers or what they have going on there, but they got to figure it out because it is ridiculous how many problems I have. I just don't have time to be jacking around with things that may or may not work. And this is a perfect example of how an install should go. This install should have took me as long as it just took me now, which is literally like an hour and a half to 2 hours. The original install took me almost all day because it wouldn't work right. And then it took me, another hour to pull everything out, put everything factory back in. Now the customers had to bring it back. I've lost another couple hours of today putting in this new one for warranty. Plus I lost the cost of the interface because I went with the Axis. Now, you may be saying, Cabe, if you hate Axis so much, why do you have it? And that's a really good question. Because as I'm looking up here on the wall, up in my loft, I can see Axis pieces. See, it's that green right there. So why do I have those up there if I hate the stuff so much and it gives me so much trouble? That's because either A, like on this truck, I had it in stock and I need to burn through this inventory. So I had that interface in stock, so I thought I was saving myself money and time by using what I had in stock. Obviously, it bit me in the ass. The other reason is a lot of vehicles, or not a lot, but there are some vehicles where nobody makes an interface for that vehicle except Axis. Now that right there should be your red flag. If nobody else has anything for it, why would Axis have it? It's not like, PAC and iDataLink don't want to make money. And it's not like they just look at it and be like, nah, we're not going to make one for that car. The reason I think, which is also why we have problems, is because I think Axis may rush things to market. I think they want to be the first to have something, or they just assume that if it worked on the previous year, it works on that year. So they just say it works. And then someone like me finds out it doesn't work. And that creates basically shop unhappiness, owner unhappiness, and customer unhappiness. So I really, really, really wish they wouldn't do that. But sometimes I'll check and there's only one solution. And I have to use it. I have to give it a shot. And a lot of times their pieces will half work and then I can make the rest work on my own. Kind of like the vehicle, the Lexus. They did not have a reverse trigger. Reverse trigger didn't work. So I hardwired it. So it has an Axis interface in there, but technically that piece doesn't work properly and should have been returned. It shouldn't have been left in the car. But I don't have time for all that. So I just went ahead and ran my own hardline. So I can get that done on a lot of the vehicles. I just need the thing to communicate with the car and let me actually use the steering wheel controls and power up. If it can do that, I can figure everything else out. I don't like being negative. I don't like trashing a company, and I use a lot of their other products. But I will stand in front of their CEO or whoever there, and I will tell them, your Axis line has a problem, and it needs to be fixed. But that's it. The truck's done. So I'm gonna tell the customer he can come get it tonight. Probably won't want to because it's like 7 o'clock. So he'll probably come get it tomorrow. But that means tomorrow, which is Valentine's Day, I don't have anything in the shop to do. And me and my wife are not gonna go out to eat because we are old and we don't wanna deal with all the people out eating at Valentine's Day. So what am I gonna do for my wife? I have an idea. It involves a product that's sitting right here that she has wanted installed in her vehicle for about 6 months now. And I just haven't had time. So maybe we'll make time for the wife tomorrow. We'll put that in. You have to tune into the channel, subscribe if you want to see what I do. Take it easy. Thanks for watching.